Hey, everybody. You just get to deal with me for this particular recording. I am going to talk about the spreadsheet that you've hopefully already seen. If you haven't seen it, you need to ask either myself or Crystal or Travis for that spreadsheet. Basically, this spreadsheet is going to teach you how to do layered leadership. So no matter what rank you are right now, whether you're a distributor, whether you're a double diamond, whether you're anything in between, whatever it happens to be, you need to start learning layered leadership, which means you need to start taking care of your part of the structure that you're in, and you need to start teaching your teammates how to do the same thing. So that's what this spreadsheet is kind of for. It's going to teach you what you should be doing on a weekly basis in order to make sure that at month end you're not scrambling to try and correct things, that you're not trying to touch base with people only once a month at the end of the month when you have goals, but that you guys are all staying in touch and kind of working for the same mission all the way throughout. So if you take a look at the spreadsheet, it starts with your goals, which is something you should be doing the first week of every single month. And these goals can be how many loyals you want to sign, how many DTs you want to sign. It could be how many people you plan to reach out to every day. It could be what you want your end of the month BV or PBV to be, or GV. There's just so many things that you could put in your goal setting. And the most important thing when you're goal setting is to make them realistic. Not that we don't want to aim high, but we also don't want to aim so high that our expectations will never come to fruition. So, if you're a distributor right now, then your goal for this month shouldn't be to go double diamond. There's very few people in the company who have ever made that leap in a 1 month time frame. However, if you're a distributor right now and your goal is to go ruby, that's a completely feasible goal. It happens all the time. It's something that you could set forth for yourself, and maybe it's a goal that carries on to next month. Maybe you don't reach it this month, but if you don't set that goal for yourself and know you need those 5 people, you need this much volume, I can tell you that you're going to have that goal forever because you're never going to have written it down to know what you need to make it happen. So the next part is the actions you need to make that goal happen, right? If you're going to go ruby, then you need to sign 5 distributors. You know that one of them has to be an executive slot. You need to look at how much volume that means you need, all of those kinds of things. So make those actions something that you can actually do. Don't just say, I'm going to sign 5 people. Great. We all wish we could sign 5 people every month. What are you going to do to sign 5 people? Are you going to reach out to 3 people every day? Are you going to make sure that you post 3 times a day the opportunity? Are you going to really work on your Instagram this month and getting new followers? How are you going to make those goals happen? So don't just say you're going to do it. Tell us how you're going to do it, okay? The rest of week 1, it tells you to pull up your credit card declines and start contacting them. This isn't something that should wait for the 25th of the month. This is something you should be pulling on a weekly basis. And if you don't know how to pull your credit card declines, the easiest way is you can actually go to your reports tab, and then you can go to the tab that says downline orders. And if you look in your downline orders, it will tell you whether the most recent purchase is shipped, printed, accepted, or declined. If it says CC declined, that could be a couple of different reasons that particular card has declined. It might be a funds thing. It might be that their bank didn't approve the charge. Whatever the case may be. And then there's also ACH declined, and that most likely means that their card has expired. And that's one that you're going to actually start seeing a little bit more frequently over the next couple of months as a lot of banks roll out the new cards with the chip in them. You're going to see that old cards are being declined because they no longer exist. And this is where contacting them is huge. A lot of people don't even know that their card has declined, right? I'm guilty of it. 2 months ago, my eSuite didn't run because we got sent the new cards with the chip in them. Didn't even think about it. Same card number. The only thing that changed was the expiration date. But the second I activated the new one, they deactivated the old one. I didn't realize until I got the email. So if I hadn't gotten an email, I would have not known that my eSuite didn't run. And that's where it's your responsibility as the distributor to contact those people. Now, this is where layered leadership comes in. If you have a team, I don't care if it's you, I don't care if it's 15 people, I don't care if it's over 200 people. If you have a team, you need help doing this stuff. My team has over 1,000 loyals. There's no possible way I can go through and contact all the different credit card declines. Plus, some of these people I don't even know. They're not my loyals. They are somebody else's loyals, and they may want to hear from that particular person. So when you're pulling up the declines and you're contacting people, one, don't be shy about contacting them, right? It's your responsibility as their distributor to let them know that their order isn't going to be coming to them. Ask them how you can help. I always just make it super simple, like, hey, Crystal, I just wanted to let you know, I noticed that your most recent order didn't go through. A lot of times it's a very simple fix. I'd be more than happy to help you fix it. Let me know what I can do to help. I don't want to see you lose your perks and your consecutive months. So we want to make sure we get this fixed within the month of May. And that's it, right? You don't have to make it big and scary. They committed to being a loyal customer. You definitely want to let them know that they could lose some of their perks in their consecutive months if they don't run it within the given month. So touch base. You never know who's going to come back and say, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice, or yes, you can rerun it on Thursday, or whatever. So make sure that you're doing that on a weekly basis. It's going to save a lot of time for you at the end of the month if you've kept up with them all month long, right? And if you have people on your team, they should be doing this for the loyals that are under them. You shouldn't be doing it for everybody. So the next thing that you should be doing weekly is checking for perk points. So unfortunately, there's not really a place in your eSuite where you can just pull up perk points, but it's pretty simple. And this is another one where if the team is helping, it's really not that daunting of a task. Basically, you need to go into each loyal account. So you could go to your tree viewer and show all the loyals, or however you want to see your list of loyals. And you're going to click on each loyal's account, and then you're going to go to the center tab and see what they've got as far as perk points are concerned. Keep in mind, if they are no longer running an auto ship, their perk points do expire. So that's something you want to contact them and say, hey, I see that last month you went ahead and shut your auto ship off. I wanted to make you aware that you have so many perk points, 50 perk points, and those will expire at the end of this month if you don't use them. The other thing you want to pay attention to is the number of months they've been running an auto ship. So this is a huge way to keep people committed to running an auto ship. At the 6-month mark, they give them 50 extra perk points. If your loyal is at month 5 and you see they canceled their auto ship, contact them and say, hey, I noticed you ran, last month's auto ship, but then you don't have one set up for this month. Did you know if you run one this month, you're going to get 50 extra perk points? So maybe you want to consider purchasing something small, right? It may be a reason for them to order something that month from you, because if they're going to get $50 for buying a bottle of Fat Fighters, it's a pretty good deal on their end. But you want to make sure that you're looking into that. You don't want perk points expiring. And this is a nice way to boost your volume. If they have 25 perk points, but they order an exfoliating peel, you just got 11 BV, even though they use their perk points. So, it's a win-win for everybody. They got to use their free money and you still got something out of it. So, the next thing is new loyal customer follow-up. If you signed any loyals in the month of April, you should be contacting them this month. Ask them how their first shipment is going. Did it arrive? Was everything intact? How are they loving the product? Do they have any questions? What would they like to do for this month? Do they need help changing their auto ship, changing the date? It's your job to be their customer service representative, and you should be reaching out to them before they have to reach out to you. That's just good business practice. And you should be keeping some sort of record of who you sign and where you place them. I know there's Susan Ivins on my team. She keeps a binder, and she keeps information of like who she signed, when she signed them, what they ordered. And she keeps it under the different months tabs. And then that way she can contact them the following month before their next auto ship runs and talk to them about whether they have concerns, questions, etc. So somehow you should be organizing your loyals, especially if you have a bigger team and you've been placing them. It's hard to keep track of, wait, is Brittany Smith mine? I don't remember, right? But if you have that written down somewhere, then that's not something that you will ever have to worry about. So the next thing is to check in with your personally enrolled teammates. I don't care if you put that person 72 lines down. If you enrolled them, you should be checking in on them. This isn't a pass the buck kind of thing. It doesn't mean the people above them can't be touching base with them as well, but you as their enrolling distributor should always be reaching out to your personally enrolled people. You know, they may say, I'm good, you know, so-and-so already contacted me, we have our goals set, whatever. Great, that's perfect. I just wanted to reach out and offer my help, see if you had any questions or whatever. And that's the other thing. If you're placing teammates, do not get your feelings hurt if they stop coming to you and they go to the person that's above them. That's the whole point, right? That's what layered leadership is. You want them going to the people in between the two of you. Not that they can't come to you, but there's all these other people they can go to in between that can help them with their business as well as you. Let them go to those people. Don't make them feel like they always have to come back to you. If that's the case, you're never going to get anywhere, because you're going to be talking to people and you're not going to have that same situation with them. You know, if they're 7 lines down for you and instead of talking to their direct upline, they're coming to you, there may be some fuzziness there as far as goals and what needs to happen, what's happening with that part of the leg and all of that good stuff. So, but just make sure you check in with them. You know, how are they doing? Do they need any help from you? Do they need to do wording? Do they want to do another party? There's so many things that you can touch base about, okay? And then finally, check in with the teammates in your structure. So whether they're personally enrolled or they're placed with you, touch base with them. Just say, like, new month, new goals. Tell me what your goals are. How's everybody doing? What can I help you with? You can even do that in a group chat kind of setting, and then just say, you know, if you have something you want to talk about personally, feel free to message me separately, but otherwise we can chat here. You know, what's everybody shooting for this month? How can I help? All of those kinds of things. You should be touching base with these people every single week, multiple times a week, really. But if you know, you're super busy or whatever, then at least once a week you should be touching base with all of your personally enrolled teammates as well as those that are in your direct structure. Okay. So that's week 1. And I know it seems like a lot, but if you sit down and tackle all of that, you're looking at maybe an hour's worth of work, truly. And frankly, if you want to be a leader in this business and you can't contribute an hour's worth of your time, I'm going to tell you point blank that you're not going to be a very good leader in this business, because it is going to take some time and it is going to take some effort for you to successfully run your business with a team. Okay. Week 2, there's not much that has changed, right? You're just checking progress on your goals. Make sure that you're still set for those. Maybe week 1, you didn't really do anything towards your goals. So now week 2, you need to amp it up a little, right? If you wanted to sign 20 loyal customers, week 1, you sign none. Then guess what? This week you need to sign 10 to stay on track. You know, that's 5 a week for the 4 weeks of the month. So whatever you've got to do to make sure that you're still working towards that goal, okay? Pull up your credit card declines again. Check in with all of your teammates. Week 3, same thing. We're talking another progress check. You know, how are things going? Week 3 is where a lot of people start to fall off, right? They do that progress check and they're like, well, I wanted to go Ruby this month, but we're already in week 3 and I haven't signed any distributors and I haven't signed any loyal customers. So that's just not going to happen. So I might as well just push it to next month. Incorrect, right? There have been people in this business who have gone from distributor to diamond in 9 days. Do not give up until midnight of the last day of the month. My team has done some amazing things in the last 48 hours of a month, almost every month that I've been in business for the last 2 years. So there is no giving up on week 3. I don't care if you have literally done nothing all month. If you've been trying, and you're getting rejected, I don't care. Week 3, you figure out what you need to do to stay on track, right? And it might be scary and whatever, but it's going to be even worse when you regret that you gave up and stopped working when you maybe could have made the goal happen. So make sure that you just set forth a new way to reach that goal. Do not give up on your goal. So you're going to pull your declines again, your perk points again, touch base with all of your team. This is the week of the month too, where you want to check in on your entire structure and make sure that everyone is set to run an ADBV auto ship. So this gives them a little over a week, if they don't have it set up, that you can contact them and say, hey, I noticed that you don't have an auto ship set to run. Remember that that's our only way to ensure that we actually get paid for the month. I would hate to see you miss out on a paycheck. Are there any recommendations of products I can make for you? Is everything okay? Is there anything I can help you with? That kind of thing, right? And maybe they are struggling financially or whatever. So maybe you can help them sell a couple wraps so they can order 2 boxes of wraps, or a cleanse and some wraps, or, whatever. This is where reaching out to them is truly important. And the fact that you notice that they're not running it and aren't coming at them like, oh, it's a requirement for your business to run it. Don't come at people that way. Come at them from the perspective of you're there to help them and see how you can help them get that set up so that they can make sure that they're getting their check. Okay. And then finally, week 4. So this is where it's like super crunch time. You want to make sure all your goals are coming up. This is normally where we hit the 25th of the month, which means we can do that final check on credit card declines. Once the 25th has hit, if there's not another Friday in the month, nothing will rerun on its own. Okay. And if you don't know how to go back through and process your clients' declines, the easiest way is to do it through their account. And essentially all they need to do is pull up their order history, go to the order that declined, hit view, and they can re-add the payment. If they don't want to do that and you don't have their login information, maybe you didn't enroll them personally or whatever, then you can submit a support ticket to have it rerun as well. They cannot, however, set up or change an auto ship after the 25th. So keep that in mind. They can't be like, well, yeah, run it, but I can only run it for such and such. Okay. And that's why it's important to pull those every week so that you're ensuring that you're touching base with the customers and getting what they need. So week 4 is really time to push. Get out of your comfort zone and do what you have to do, right? Maybe the other 3 weeks of the month, you're like, oh, I really think Jan would be a great person on my team, but I just don't want to bother her. When that Ruby structure is dependent upon one person, you better get on your Facebook or whatever, or call or text or whatever, and get yourself in touch with Jan. If you think she's going to be good, you get in touch with her and you tell her she's going to be good and that you want her on your team. Tell her all the reasons why. May is a huge month for us. It's the last month that they get the 120 in free product. Is the first month that they can earn the cruise. There's still a $500 bonus on the line. Like, this is a huge month to get people on board, and we're only in the 9th day of the month. So there's plenty of time for you to convince people that this is the month to join, and this is going to give them 2.5 months to reach that $500 bonus goal. So, reach out to those people. Don't let fear drive your business. The worst they can say is no. Who cares? Okay. So the whole point of this spreadsheet is to kind of get you guys prepared for managing your own businesses. The quicker that you get used to doing these things on a weekly basis, the easier it's going to be for you to train your team to do the same thing. And layered leadership is huge, especially as your team grows. The more people you have under you, the less you're going to be able to do all these things by yourself. So if you're an independent distributor right now, great. Start doing these things, get it into practice so that as you sign new people, you can teach them to do the same thing. It's very hard to ask people to do something that you're not doing for your own business. So, don't let that be you. Don't let them see that you're not running your numbers and stuff, and then suddenly you're asking them to do it. Okay. So that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about for tonight. Crystal and Travis and I will set up a Zoom soon with everybody. If you have questions about this, or you want the wording that I send to my loyals who have declines or my loyals with perk points, please just feel free to message me. or post on my wall or whatever, and I can get that wording out to you as well. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hope everyone has a lovely evening. Bye.